I've got my Instant Pot and I'm gonna share 2 budget-friendly dinner ideas. Hey guys, my name is Vanessa and I am again in the kitchen pretty much as always here on this channel. And if you guys are new, I must confess, I love my Instant Pot so much that I have 2 of them. There's several meals that I can cook 2 things at once, and it just definitely makes dinner a little bit more hands-off. I can do other things while dinner is cooking. So I'm definitely an Instant Pot lover. So today I have 2 pretty simple but very budget-friendly dinner ideas. So let's get right into the first one. So first up, we are going to be making a homemade version of Hamburger Helper. This is a 5-ingredient dish. I am not counting the seasoning. So I have 1 pound of ground beef in my Instant Pot, and I'm going to go ahead and press it on saute because I'm just gonna go ahead and brown my ground beef right here in the pot so I don't have to dirty anything else. I am going to add some onion powder. I add this every single time I cook ground beef, probably about half a tablespoon to a tablespoon depending on how much you want, and then some garlic powder. I never measure this stuff. I kind of just, as you can see, sprinkle it on the top. So now we're just going to cook this up just like on the stove. You're just going to cook your ground beef until it is completely brown and nice and crumbly. All right, so once your ground beef is completely cooked, you are going to turn it off saute. And then, because I like to use what's on hand, I have a 12-ounce bag of shells, medium-sized shells. I'm going to add this in. You could add up to 16 ounces of pasta if you wanted to. You could use macaroni noodles if you wanted it to be more similar to Hamburger Helper, but again, I'm just using what I have on hand. It really doesn't matter. And then I'm adding for my liquid 2 cups of beef broth. That pot is nice and hot. All right, so I am going to stir that around. Okay, so actually I want a little bit more liquid in mine. It really just depends on how you want your Hamburger Helper, but I think I do want a little bit more, so I'm gonna add 1 more cup of beef broth. There we go. Now I can easily kind of just cover all my noodles there. I can see how it's really just gonna soak up into those noodles as we are cooking it. So I'm just going to flatten it a little bit, just get the noodles touching the liquid as best as I can. Okay, so we are going to close the lid. Make sure it is sealing, not venting. And all we're gonna do is manual. If you do not have a manual button, high pressure is fine, but we only need to cook this for 4 minutes. So once your timer is up, you are going to do a quick release, which means you're just going to turn your nozzle and have all that steam escape from the top. So you can see that took about 2 minutes for all the steam to release. So now look at those noodles. All right, so I'm going to stir that up. Yeah, I think I definitely like adding the extra cups, so 3 cups total of the beef broth instead of 2. Just because of how big these shells are, they're medium sized. Maybe if they were the small ones, 2 cups would be enough, but I knew that might not be enough liquid. So if you're doing the same exact noodles as I am, I would definitely use 3 cups. So now we're gonna add some more liquid. I have in here 1 cup of heavy cream. And then I'm also going to add in, because we love cheese, this entire 16-ounce bag of shredded medium cheddar. You really could add whatever cheese you want, but I am going to do this. And I'm only gonna do half at a time. So I've got half the bag in there. I'm going to mix it up and look at it and then see if I wanna add the other half. Let's get all this cheese melted in here. All right, I am definitely going to add the rest of the bag in there. That was just not cheesy enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue mixing this cheese in there until it is nice and melted. All right, that is definitely enough cheese. So I always leave out the salt and pepper and let each member of my family decide how much they want. So salt and pepper to taste. I've got my homemade Hamburger Helper right here, and then I didn't even realize everything was yellow until I was plating it up. But again, we're just using what we have on hand. So I found some corn on the cob in the freezer, so I had this cooking on the stovetop, and then I found a can of the Sweet Hawaiian Roll Pillsbury Grand biscuits, and I cooked those. So this is what we're having for dinner, and super easy, very budget friendly Instant Pot meal. Okay, something new I have never made. I have made the Hamburger Helper before, different variations, but I have never made chicken and dumplings in my Instant Pot like this. So there's two parts to this. First part is where we're cooking our meat and all of our veggies. So right here, I am just using one fairly large, about a pound chicken breast that I cut up into little bite-sized pieces, and then 2 large potatoes. You really could use different variations depending on if you like more chicken, less potatoes, but my family definitely likes their potatoes and less meat. So I've only got about a pound here, and then this, like I said, is 2 fairly medium large potatoes that I did the same thing. I just kind of diced up into pieces. This is only half an onion. 2 of my younger kiddos are not huge fans on the onion, so typically I would, if I was just cooking this for adults, I would put more onion in, but this is just half of a medium-sized onion that, again, I diced. I'm going to be adding this entire thing of chicken broth. It's 32 ounces, and then I'm only going to be adding half of this bag. So this is a 32-ounce bag of just mixed vegetables. It's got carrots, green beans, corn, and peas in here. Again, I'm only going to be using half of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these ingredients into my pot. All right, last step, I'm adding all the chicken broth in. So once you have all those ingredients in your pot, I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up. And then once I've got it all, that's still frozen together. Once I've got it all mixed up, I'm just going to press it down on the top just to get as much as I can under all that broth. So once I am done with that, we're going to get our lid on, make sure it is sealing, and then we're going to cook it on manual. If you do not have a manual button on your Instant Pot, it just means high pressure, and I'm gonna go up to 14 minutes, again, on high pressure. Once your time is up, you are going to do a quick release. So once all your pressure is released, you can take the lid off. So there is the inside. Just want to check my chicken. Oh yeah, it's already starting to shred a little bit in there. So everything is definitely all done, and I can feel how soft the potatoes are. Now we're gonna turn the Instant Pot off. You always have to turn it off before going to another function. It won't let you just go between functions. But now we're going to press saute. And then I have right here 1 cup of heavy cream. I'm going to add that into my pot. We're going to stir that up and let it come to a low boil on the saute function. Okay, so while you're waiting for your chicken soup mix to come to a boil, I'm going to work on my dumplings. So I just have 2 cups of the Bisquick mix in a bowl, and I'm adding 2/3 cup of milk, and we're just going to stir this up until it is all combined. You can see I made a huge mess here getting this Bisquick into this bowl. Okay, so that is definitely not a low boil. There's really no option, just stir it. So it is boiling for sure. I've got my Bisquick mix all set, and now I'll probably need to use my finger or another spoon, but now I'm just going to drop it in little plops all over the top here. So once all of your dough mixture is in there, you're going to leave it on saute, and put a glass lid on top. Now, this Instant Pot that I'm using, I will have both linked down below. This is the one that I originally had. It did not come with a glass lid. However, the most recent one I purchased from Walmart, the new Pioneer Woman designed Instant Pot, that one came with the glass lid. So if you don't have an Instant Pot yet, I would definitely buy the cheaper version that comes with more of the accessories up front. This one was a little bit more expensive and didn't come with the glass lid. So I'll have both linked down below if you guys want to check them out. But I'm going to let this sit for about 5 minutes. I just want the dough to rise and cook pretty much completely in here on top of the soup mixture. All right, so 5 minutes is up, but those are not done enough to my liking. So I'm going to let that sit in there for about 3 more minutes, and then I will check them at that point. All right, now it is definitely cooked through. I know you guys can't see that as well as I can, but it's definitely cooked through. It is going to be wet on the top just because of all the liquid in here, but yummy. So we are just going to serve this up in some bowls, and I'm just going to have a salad on the side. But super easy, even though it was 2 different kind of steps going on here, but still very easy and does not cost a whole lot to create this yummy meal. Okay, so those were 2 of them. I have made several different versions of Hamburger Helper. That was definitely more of a cheesy version. After my kids ate it, I think I will not use that much cheese. I know at first I was like, okay, we're gonna start with half the bag and then I put the rest of the bag in. Don't do that if your kids don't like super cheesy. If you are totally into cheese, add the whole bag, but my kiddos were definitely like, okay, Mom, you took it a little too far this time. So I will definitely cut the cheese back the next time I make it, but other than that, the kids loved it. Definitely love homemade Hamburger Helper a lot better than the boxed kind. Especially my husband, he always goes back for second and he won't even touch a boxed Hamburger Helper. I don't know why, but anyway, I definitely loved it. And those chicken and dumplings turned out so well. I will definitely make those over and over again. I love how the dumplings cooked. That's the one thing that I have the hardest time with, making chicken and dumplings, especially in the crock pot. I have yet to find a recipe that works out perfectly in the crock pot for the dumplings. So that was definitely a hit in my house, using them in the Instant Pot. So those are 2 recipes that have definitely been tried and true for us, and I wanted to share them with you guys. I also wanted to share that not too much longer, I am creating a website where all of these recipes that I'm sharing with you guys are going to be in printable format. So you guys will be able to go and print them out. I know not a lot of the time I have links down below because I kind of just use them on my own and come up with them based off of other recipes, and I never write them down and put them in a printable format for you guys. So I am working on that. I'm super excited. I will definitely let you guys know. So if you are new and you love recipes, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you're notified, because once my website is up, I will be using the community tab to get it across to all of you guys. Give this video a big thumbs up if you are in love with your Instant Pot, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.